Senator Mark Norris, who will make a fabulous announcement. Let's give him a round of applause. But with him, he brought several others. So with us today, we have our wonderful Representative Deborah Moody. We have our awesome City Mayor Justin Hanson. We also have Alderman John Edwards, District Attorney General Mike Donovan, Tipton County Clerk Mary Gaithers, Alderwoman Minnie Bonner, and Alderman Matt McGowan. Let's give all of these wonderful people a round of applause. We also have representatives for our chambers of commerce who promote this wonderful community every day, promoting our businesses, our industries, every step of the way. Without them, what would we be? The Tennessee College of Applied Technology in Covington is all about partnerships. And today is one of those days, one of those memorable days that we are the premier provider for industrial training. We want to be the best. We will be the best, and we will give you the best workers so you can continue to thrive. Now, I won't delay anymore, but I want to also say one more thing. On my right are our fabulous instructors for the Tennessee College of Applied Technology. We love our faculty here, our students, and we're here to serve you. So without any further ado, Senator Mark Norris.
Oh, this is fun. I'll tell you, these are the moments we live for in public service. This is a lot of fun. It's a great honor for me to be able to be here and say a few remarks by way of thanking Toyota for the gift they are making today. Two of which you all are backed up to here. Some fantastic high-tech one crossover, and I'm going to let Sean talk about this a little bit. I thought they were two 2013s, but I'm told that one is a 2014.
Yes, sir.
Wow, it just keeps getting better. Donations by Toyota. You know, we've all been working hard on economic development, workforce development, education. Tennessee's Tennessee Promise Program, the Drive to 55, the Labor and Education Alignment Program, and what we're doing today is the result of a lot of that work. I found, thanks to Dwayne Lavery, about 8 months ago, that the most current state-provided car we had at this facility, somebody may argue with me on this, but it was a 2003, okay? We got a 2013 and a 2014 here today. So we've got a lot of students here. Heather is here someplace. Heather, where are you? You didn't go away, did you? There she is. So Heather has been working on a 1977 Chevy C20 pickup. Okay? So at least the state was a little bit ahead of it. This is really going to advance our program tremendously. Yolanda, you mentioned a lot of important folks who are here. I also want to recognize Gwen Fisher from Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development. I know there are others here from ECD. I also want to mention, as partners in this workforce development and education initiative, LEAP and the rest, our friends from Unilever, just up the road. Couldn't we all stand a Klondike bar right now? Larry Gibson is here. And Bernadette's here. Bernadette. There we go. Thank you. Bernadette Fuller is here too, as well. They've been instrumental working with us in industrial readiness training, a lot of the workforce development initiatives that are underway. Very important. Automotive manufacturing in Tennessee, as everybody knows, manufacturing is big. We've been number one in Tennessee for 4 years running now. But the support for that industry, automotive engineering, but here automotive technology is really a big deal as well. Automotive service technicians and mechanics, short-term job growth, we're anticipating 490 new jobs in that field in the next year and a half. Long term, closer to 1,000 new jobs in automotive service technicians and mechanics. Toyota, by providing these cars, is evidencing what they've done so well throughout Tennessee. Jason Bates is here. Jason, right here. Jason actually came and testified before our committees in the Senate when we adopted the Labor and Education Alignment Program to talk about the importance of aligning the private sector with the public sector on-the-job training, credit for on-the-job training towards a certificate or a degree. The Toyota tree of suppliers, as I refer to it in Tennessee, consists of 42 supplier companies who employ over 14,000 employees across the state. Now, Jason is here, as Sean is, and they'll talk about this in a moment, from the Bodine plant in Jackson, also here in West Tennessee, and they make the engine blocks for these vehicles. And so it all ties together. And so to our students and to the faculty who are teaching the students, this matters. It makes a huge difference. We appreciate tremendously your taking the initiative to provide us the modern technology that these people need to get the training that will provide the skills to support jobs and industry in West Tennessee and elsewhere. So let me turn it over to Sean at this point, because I could go on, and I shouldn't do that.
Okay, thank you, Senator Norris. On behalf of all of us at Toyota, I'm pleased to make this donation to support the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Covington, a premier provider of workforce development in our region. This donation is made more gratifying to me because the engine blocks in these Camrys were cast at our plant, Toyota Bodine Aluminum, just 40 miles down the road in Jackson. They were shipped to Georgetown, Kentucky, where they were assembled into these vehicles. These vehicles have been used in testing at our plant in Kentucky, TMMK, and now they're here to provide a platform for students to further their training. So TCAT provides and contributes to the economic development of our region, building relationships with community and business leaders and supplying highly skilled workers where they are desperately needed. Their students receive training that prepares them for careers that provide stable and rewarding employment and an excellent standard of living. I'd also like to say a few words about Senator Norris. He's a leader who really does get it. Thank you. When it comes to linking education to economic development, Senator Norris really gets it. 2 years ago, the senator wrote and passed the legislation merging traditional college coursework with technical training to address the skilled labor shortage faced by Tennessee employers. And we all really appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you, Senator. We were very happy to assist in this small way, but the recognition should go to the students and faculty of TCAT, who multiplied the effect of this donation into real economic advantage. After all, these are just 2 cars, right? The real economic advantage comes from the skills that will be built from the people working with these and learning from these and applying that technology out in the real workforce. And I would like to add, while I'm here in front of the microphone, we would really like for some of your students to come work for us at Toyota someday. So now, Senator Norris and Ms. Jones, if you'll join me, I have a key to present to you.
Sean, as we present the ceremonial key, we have an additional colleague from the General Assembly here, Craig Fitzhugh. No, Craig Fitzhugh here from the House of Representatives.
So we have a ceremonial key. This is for the conventional Camry, and we have a key fob for the hybrid.
Now we're talking. There you go. Thank you all very much. I also want to mention Scott Sloan is here. He hates it when I do this, but from THEC, the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, and my Chief of Staff, Liz Alvey, is also here from Middle Tennessee. And I know we're missing a lot of other people, but thank you all very much for being here.
Now I would like to ask that Mr. John Weaver, who is our instructor for our automotive technology program, to come forward. And I would also like our students to come forward in that program to support your awesome instructor.
Are they supposed to get a trophy or something? Some sort of award? I want to thank everybody here. As Senator said earlier, we spoke a while back, and basically I went to him with tears in my eyes and said, "We need some cars. We don't have anything." And he said, "Well, let me see what I can do," and here we are. And so, thank you. And Mr. Daly, he said, "What do you call this? A fob." What does fob stand for? You guys don't know?
You get extra credit.
Free on board. No, that's a finger operated button, actually, is what it stands for. But no, I mean, it was just, when I got the phone call from Georgetown and said, this is Toyota and we got a car for you, and I said, "Well, how about two?" And he said, "Okay, I can do that."
Good negotiation.
And I said, "Hey, I'm greedy," and I sent him an email, and I thanked him, and I thanked him, and I thanked him, and I told him, I said, it's I like this give and take thing. You give and I take. It works great for me. But it just, these students here, like they said, they've been working on cars that are these cars you see in the parking lot. They work on the students' cars, they work on faculty and staff cars, but as the Senator said, the newest car I've got that's a state-owned vehicle is 2003. So, a little bit behind the times. Toyota is the #1 manufacturer in the world, and in the United States last year they sold 420 some odd thousand Camrys. It's their #1 car on the road. So, these cars right here is going to be invaluable to the students. They look like 7-year-olds at Christmas time out there, walking around the truck. I mean, I was trying to support myself. But, there is a large demand for cars, or manufacturers, for technicians out there. I got a call the other day from Millington. I get calls from all over the place, people wanting somebody to go to work. And had a guy offer a potential student $60,000 to $70,000 a year starting out at this one shop in Millington. So there's money to be made, and I gave him my name and number. No, I didn't. But anyway, that's about all I got to say. Everybody else has already said everything. Jeff Yarbrough, everybody knows Jeff Yarbrough. He owns Certified Transmission here and in Dyersburg, and I think he's got a couple things to say. But he's helped me out every time I got a problem. Jeff's there. I call him, he's there. He's been on my advisory committee for 10 years, and the chairman of the advisory committee, I should say. And here he is. Jeff Yarbrough.
Thank you. It's an incredible privilege to be here, and like he says, I've been there for him as much as possible, and I do represent the industry. I have 2 transmission shops, one here in Covington for 25 years, one in Dyersburg for 5 years, so I cannot tell you how much it's needed for what these guys are doing back here. The story is told about a bright young man who was graduating from high school and had honors. Parents were proud of him, and they said, "What are you going to do with your life?" He said, "Well, I'm going to a school like the Tennessee College of Applied Technology. I'm going to work on cars." They said, "But with your background, you could go anywhere." He said, "That's the point. Without people like me, nobody goes anywhere." So, 2 years ago in the state of Tennessee, we had over 4.8 million cars on the road that were public and privately owned. And that number just keeps growing and growing. And I don't know about you, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that these cars are accelerating in technology faster than most mechanics can keep up. I specialize in transmissions, and it's all I can do to keep up with the millions that are added, the models that are added all the time, much less trying to do everything on the car like these guys and girls do. But it is very important to have skilled and trained people when you pop the hood of that car. I hope when you get a chance that y'all will pass by, especially this one, and notice that there is an orange wire that's about the size of my thumb. Please do not touch that, even though it's well protected. But that is a hybrid car, and it has batteries that have in excess of 300 volts in that one wire. So if the wrong person does the wrong thing with that wire, they could lose their life. So it's not only just knowing how to work on cars, there's an incredible amount of safety stuff that's tied up into the situation. And not to mention computers everywhere, all over the car, and now they've gone and started putting the computers inside the transmission to make it even supposedly easier to work on, but sometimes it's not. So thank you very much. We appreciate the ability to have these cars, Newer Tools, Senator, and Toyota. We appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Good morning, afternoon, I'm not sure what time it is, but my name is Carol Career, and I'm the Associate Vice Chancellor for Instruction and Special Projects. And I love it when my special project is to be on a campus on a Friday. There's nothing better, and there's no place better to be than a TCAT campus, and that certainly includes Covington. And we are so proud of TCAT Covington for what they do in this community, the relationships that they build. Everything that's been said here, the common thread is relationships. It's relationships with our wonderful students who that we live for, and we want to make sure that we're providing them the quality education they need so they can go out and get those $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year and then come back and show our teachers, who we don't let leave because we keep a bracelet on them and they get shot. We want them to stay forever. But we do a couple of things across the state in preparing the workforce. Number one, we hire the best faculty and staff to work with our students. Yes. We recruit students who are determined, they know what they want to do, and we're going to help them achieve that. And number three, we work with business and industry in our communities, and today is all about that. I can't thank you enough. I will tell you that TCAT Covington is once again the envy of 26 other campuses. I was I laughed and told John that I just had another campus. They're so upset they need a hybrid. They don't know what to do. And so they were having to try to figure out a way to buy a hybrid. Well, probably not going to happen with this year's budget, is it, Senator? But it's been great for us. And so I know that, John, they are going to be so envious of you. And we just appreciate this opportunity so much. It is a very generous gift. And we take that very seriously, and we promise to produce the very best technicians that you need here and elsewhere in this community and in this state to help with the economic development. Senator Norris, thank you for everything that you do for us, and also Mr. Fitzhugh as well. We just appreciate the confidence you have in us and the relationships we have, and I hope it continues for 50, 60, 70 more years. We want to be your premier provider, and I know this school is doing that every single day. Thank you.
With that being said, we want to thank you so much for coming out to join this celebration, and we will now proceed with our ribbon cutting of the two Toyotas.
Start. Not really. You ready? 3.
Ice cream for everyone.
Ice cream. There's ice cream inside. Cool everybody off, and donated by supplied by
No way. No way.